Okay friends, I'm about to head out to a fancy BookTok influencer weekend. It's put on by HarperCollins, so Harper Voyager, Avon Reads, and Epic Reads are just gathering a group of 60 of us in New York. I'm local, but they still sent a driver to get me. I think they're already waiting outside, they're 15 minutes early, and we're all staying together in a hotel in New York. I'm so excited to meet so many people in person for the first time, and there's gonna be like an author meet and greet, and a party on a rooftop, and a film screening, and a bit of a Brooklyn book crawl, and then some people are doing a wine tasting, and I opted to make like bookish paper flowers, so I'm very excited. I'm gonna do my best to remember to vlog, but I'm also terrible at remembering to vlog, so we will see how many memories I capture. But either way, I'm very excited to share it with you, and this is the dress I'm wearing for the first day. I may also repeat this for VidCon, so just pretend that I'm not doing that. Okay, I'll check in with you when I'm at the hotel. Okay, people, I'm bringing you with me all the way. All the juicy details. It'll be like you were there too. Anyway, my driver was very sweet and in like a full suit, so that set the tone. It only took us 15 minutes to get to the hotel, and my room wasn't ready for another hour, but oh, how convenient. There was a bookstore right around the corner. It was called The Mysterious Bookshop, and it's for mostly thriller and mystery and horror and spooky reads. And the vibes were there, okay? One of the booksellers was so nice and so funny, and she handed me this book because she thought it sort of went with my dress. I got so many compliments on my dress, by the way, so this is a very honest endorsement of Newly because that is where I got it. And then I got a text that my room was finally ready, so I headed back. Okay, this is the room. It is super cute. We're at this boutique hotel called the Frederick. Literally obsessed with the slippers and the robe. Here's the bathroom. Super cute. Everybody came down to the lobby and it was chaos. Fully chaos. Felt like a field trip that had gotten out of hand. Then we all walked like the bookish horde we were down to HarperCollins offices. The walk was lovely, it was just the right temperature and the sun was setting, so everyone stopped to take some pictures. Then we entered a very fancy lobby where they said no photos or videos allowed. And up in the elevator we went to HarperCollins offices. They were ready for us, okay? The offices were so cute. I should have snuck around and captured more, but I was being very polite, go me. They had a bar and snacks. Regrettably, I could only eat like the raw vegetables in one of the dips, but there was caponata and bread, so that was delightful. And I so boldly asked the bartender for a cute mocktail, and he was like, "May I offer you a Diet Coke?" So he did, and I took that. Then there were all these activities, like getting your tote bag embroidered with initials, and we could pick one little design too. And then they let us loose in a room filled with books, and they knew that we were traveling from all over, so they gave us a box and said, "Fill it and we will send it to you." So there was nothing holding us back. Very dangerous. There were some arcs there and bound manuscripts, and it was very delightful. I filmed an unboxing at the end, so you'll see everything. Also, we all got puzzle pieces, and I was with a very excited group putting together a puzzle for a cover reveal. And we needed everyone to drop off their puzzle pieces, so we had to wrangle up those final group project members. But we did it. It was awesome. And there was also an aura reader, which was very cool, nothing I've ever experienced before. Then we all hopped on a shuttle and ended up at the Crosby Hotel. It was so super fancy. There was a clock that lightly scared me and a candy bar and popcorn, which was perfect. They had been hyping up this film screening, so we were all guessing around new releases and stuff, but then they full on tricked us and it was Divergent. Let me tell you, the commentary of a bunch of slightly drunk booktalkers was excellent. Definitely the most I've ever enjoyed watching Divergent. Okay, it's Shelves and the City, day 2. I honestly cannot believe how quickly yesterday went. So there's like 60 of us staying in this hotel, and people came from all over the country. I cannot believe the journeys that some people had to make yesterday. But we all gathered, we kind of took over the lobby, and then we all walked together to HarperCollins offices, which were so cool. There was a big old party there with food and drink, and we met so many people behind the scenes at HarperCollins, which I was really excited about. And then a bunch of authors. There were author signings. We got to have our totes personally embroidered. We got to have our auras read. There were authors doing signings. There was a room where you could just go and get a box and go book shopping and fill it up. And then they put us all in a shuttle and we went to the Crosby Hotel and we got a private screening of Divergent, which was a movie that none of us had guessed, but it was so fun. The commentary in that room was top level. Anyway, now I'm getting ready for breakfast, and then we're gonna go on a bookshop tour of Brooklyn. Then we're gonna do some paper flowers, and then there's gonna be a big party tonight. They gave us a water bottle, and look how cute this is. It says Avon, and it's a little annotation kit. It looks like a book. looks like a book. Here is my tote, which I got my initials on, and look at this, it zips. This is going to be very helpful when shopping today. And then this little hat that says it's a reader thing. And here is my aura photo, and they gave us a little card with definitions so we can understand it. Okay, for day 2, I was sporting a full Read Band Books look, and we went to 3 bookstores in Brooklyn. Our first stop was Café con Libros, which I definitely need to go back to, because I loved the collection and the vibes, but there were over 60 of us in line to get into the store and get coffee, so I only had a few minutes to peek around. The coffee was delicious, and HarperCollins treated us, which was so nice. Some people went back after coffee orders and picked up some of their amazing tote bags. Then we split up into 2 groups of 30-ish for the other 2 stops. My bus went to the Ripped Bodice first. If you know me at all, you know I'm not a romance reader, but this store is so picturesque, so beautifully and thoughtfully designed. The romance readers were having the time of their lives, and I loved just browsing around all the romance subgenres. I was really tempted by a lot of the merch too, like the stickers and hats. I took some photos at the cute chairs at the back with Naya, and then they had a little table at the back just filled with random non-romance faves. And like 90% of those books were my taste, so that was such an awesome surprise. And I picked up the next book in the Locked Tomb series. Our next stop was Books Are Magic. This store was absolutely incredible. I never end up in Brooklyn, so it was really nice to get to visit. Although ironically, I actually ended up back in this area the next day because I went to the launch event for Little Rot by Akwaeke Emezi. But anyway, Books Are Magic was so open and fun. They had some tables like Queer Feral Girl Summer, which I mean, A+ work. Then we shuttled back to the hotel and had a quick boxed lunch, and then had a choice for afternoon activities. I picked creating paper flowers. Mostly all of the booktokers wanted to drink and hang out in bibliothèque. I was like, I don't drink, and I want a quiet sit-down craft, so I was actually with mostly authors and HarperCollins employees. So see if you can spot any of your faves. This footage makes me so sad because my paper flower got lost on the way home, and I worked so hard on it, and I was so excited to fluff it out and see the final product once it dried, so that broke my heart a little bit, but I loved this activity. This morning we did a bookstore crawl in Brooklyn, which was so fun. We went to Café con Libros, the Ripped Bodice, and Books Are Magic, and I did buy a book. Just one though, I bought Nona the Ninth. And then I had a really fun time making an absolutely mediocre paper flower, but the instructor was wonderful and it was so fun. And then I took a full-on nap and then got dressed, and now I am ready to go to the rooftop party. Everyone got so cute before they headed over to the rooftop. The Shelves and the City team sent us a full-on Pinterest board, so I have no idea if I nailed it, but I thought my dress was fun and colorful. We got to walk along this red rope past all of the people waiting to get in, and we had a private area the whole night. So first it was a little cocktail sunset hour. Everyone was glowing and it was so beautiful up there. And then down one level to the dance floor. People were rocking it. If you want to see what makes booktokers move like this, here you go. And there was also a tattoo artist and a photo booth, and I ended up making a friendship bracelet. I do bring a quietly make a friendship bracelet and cheer the dancers on from the side sort of energy to the function. And then after the party, a handful of us went to Insomnia Cookies, and then Jason shared a new game with us, which was so fun, and I want to buy it now. I can't believe it, but somehow we've made it to the final brunch. Yesterday night, we had a private rooftop area for like cocktails and the sunset, and then we went inside and there was like a temporary tattoo artist and a dance floor, and we made friendship bracelets, and there was a photo booth. The book people were going hard for sure. It was really fun too because of course there were all these content creators, but there were also authors there, and then also so many amazing HarperCollins employees. I'm just like, we emailed so many different times to so many different people. Last night ended with Insomnia Cookies and a few rounds of a really fun game that Jason brought. But anyway, onwards to final brunch and then goodbye. And I already had to say goodbye to some people because they had to leave really early for the airport. But yeah, what a fun weekend. Brunch was very sweet, very sad, and some people went out clubbing until 2 a.m. so they were struggling this morning. But yeah, this was quick. I couldn't really eat anything there, so I just hung out and said goodbye. And a lot of hopeful see you soons, and then my car came and back home I went. Hey friends, I'm home again. I've recovered, still taking in everything that was the Shelves in the City weekend. But I just got my box of books that I packed up in the HarperCollins offices. So I figured I'd end this vlog with an unboxing. Should be fun, especially because I don't totally remember everything I put in here. But here it is, it's hefty. First up, I snagged a journal and it's embossed with William Morrow. Just a simple blank journal. I love love stuff like these. I go through journals so fast, so I picked this up very quickly. And still on the William Morrow swag train, I picked up this bagu. Let this be proof that it was packaged so nicely because I'm never gonna be able to get it back in here like this again. It's so big. This is such a perfect farmer's market bag because it's washable and it folds up so nicely and it's super light. I'm definitely gonna get a lot of use out of this. Okay, last piece of swag, I got this Epic Reads tote. It says stories are universal, and on the back it says Epic Reads. Now on to the books. Ava Reed was there signing copies of A Study in Drowning, so of course I had to snag one of those and get it personalized. So there that is, and I haven't read this book yet and didn't own a copy already, so it's perfect. I have read The Wolf and the Woodsman and Juniper and Thorn, and I enjoyed them both, so I'm excited to try this one. Also, I learned while we were making paper flowers that they also have a bunny, so I feel a kinship now. I love holding early copies of books, like in any form. It just makes me so excited, especially reading something before there's even a cover, so I got 2 books like that. This is Immortal. It's a standalone fantasy set in the same world as Daughter of the Moon Goddess. Laura on the HarperCollins team was kind of teasing me. She was like, don't get it right now if you don't want to read it. We can send you a copy later on. But now I'm like, no, I want this copy and I have to read it. And they also had Daughter of a Moon Goddess on that free table as well, so I grabbed a copy. And then, embarrassing, I haven't read Godkiller yet, but I have an arc on my shelf, so I got Sunbringer so that I can be ready to go right into it, which is my preferred way to read anyway, because I hate picking up just one book of a series and then the next one doesn't come out for a while and then I forget about it and so on. So this will make my brain very happy and then I can read both at once. And last but not least, the book I'm so excited for, which you already know what it is because I showed it in my vlog earlier, but this is Death of the Author by Nnedi Okorafor. It's an exhilarating story about a disabled Nigerian-American woman who writes a science fiction novel that becomes an explosive best-selling phenomenon, but her success comes with a price. A multi-threaded meta-drama examining the relationship between storyteller and audience, identity and community, and what makes us human. It sounds freaking amazing, and it was so cool to meet the author and to do a puzzle revealing this book's cover. And then she signed it for me, and she did these really cool little doodles too on the top and on the bottom, which I think she does in all of the books she signs. But yeah, not only does this book sound absolutely amazing and right up my alley, but it's also now tied to this really special memory, so I know that this is going to be a really unique read for me. So that was it. I've officially wrapped up Shelves in the City. I just want to express again my deep gratitude for the HarperCollins team for putting this all together. It was so sweet to be honored and recognized and really brought into their community. I have no idea when I'll have another chance to meet all of my friends from across the country, so I'm gonna hold this as a really special memory. If any of you were ever back in NYC, please tell me and we will definitely hang out. And I definitely want to stay connected with my HarperCollins friends too. So again, a huge thank you to HarperCollins, and the specific imprints that put this weekend on were Avon Books, Harper Voyager, and Epic Reads. And there was a fabulous PR event team who pulled this off as well, which was led by Georgia, who is absolutely amazing. I'm definitely still soaking this all in. Let me know in the comments if you have any other questions about the weekend, and I'm happy to answer them. And I'll see you all soon. Probably my next vlog, if I'm gonna be good about filming, will be at VidCon.